Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? Oh, oh, do you know what time it is? It is time for Montez at midday. How is everyone doing today? It is what I like to call Fist Pump Friday edition of the show. How is everyone doing? And we're being brought to you by a title sponsor, St. Louis Organics, which is located at 8088 Watson Road. Check them on out for their savings and discounts as they get ready for a store closing. So check them out for sure. But to the rest of you good folks, how are we doing, good people? Sitting in for me today is Hancock Dre. How we doing, good people? It's Hancock Dre in the building today. How we doing? I'm sitting in for Dre Montez. This is Hancock Dre in my own natural voice as it can be. But how you folks doing out there? Good people. Hello, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. How you guys doing today? All righty, all righty, all righty. I hope all is well with everyone. Everyone's doing the best that they can do is the best we can do for sure. All right, we got high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug it out. Sometimes you got to get in there for the real thing. You got to get in there for the real thing for sure. If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Miss Tasha. Happy birthday to Tasha, by the way. Little big sister. Happy birthday to Tasha out there. Happy birthday to you, sister girl. Alrighty in the building. Also, thank you guys for the birthday shout outs to my G-Ma, Miss Mildred, or Medea, Miss Haisha, however you know her. She really appreciated it. Trust me. Thank you guys for all that. Family appreciate it too. I miss you, Mom. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. Whether it's in relationship or in your job, or maybe your financial security, or maybe your well-being. Meaning maybe your sobriety is going a way you never thought it would go. Good luck to you. And congratulations, you made it and keep up the great work. Keep doing what you got to do to be who you are and who you want to be. There are a lot of distractions out here. When you're driving, the detour signs in one way. But in life, there are people and there are everyday obstacles. We have to get through it together for sure. And it happens out there, good people. Believe it or not, it does happen out there. Let's give our pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. I tell you, you got to laugh. You got to get those laughs out, hugs, meet new people, give somebody a compliment, call up somebody you haven't called in a long time and just say, I want to check on you, make sure everything's okay. How you been? Lend an ear. Be a listener. You know, sometimes people just want you to listen to what's going on. Don't give no advice, no input. Just listen to what they are saying or trying to say to you. That's all. They're not yelling at you, not giving advice. Sometimes people just want you to listen. Ain't that right, Willie? It's Willie and Dre. Willie and Dre up here. We're getting it in. Willie and Dre up here getting it in. Quite gonna say, Dre, give me that damn bobblehead back. But how are you folks doing? Did you get your morning walking? Everybody get their morning walking? Okay, good for you. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Get your water in. I'm telling you, since I changed up the diet and been walking daily, this water thing really has me baffled. There's a lot of different waters out there. I guess the water you need is the one that fits the lifestyle that you're in. There's so many different waters out there. If you have a favorite water or one that you want to suggest to me, please let me know. I'm not trying everything, but I am taking suggestions out there for people who are living a different lifestyle as opposed to what they were living. I do appreciate all of that for sure. I cannot forget to tell you about this before we get underway here, real quick. Gotta let you know something real quick here. Shh. All right. Don't forget to contact Unlimited taxes and more. Call 844-563-1040. Again, unlimited taxes and more. You filed the unlimited way. 844-563-1040 or stop by 709 North Euclid in the Central West End. All right. I try to give out information to you. There's lots going on this weekend in St. Louis, downtown St. Louis, Soulard, Bell Vegas, whole lot of stuff going on in the surrounding area. So make sure you guys do your best part and do what you can in your community and town. Do what you can do. Always support local business and small businesses. Do what you can do. All right. Well, there is a lot to talk about. There's a lot to discuss, but I'm not going to take up all your time because we have another show we're going to do today. I'm going to bring some informative information to you for those of you that live in South City in the Dutchtown, Tower Grove area about certain programs that are going on, especially addressing the issues of people that are not recently released from prison, but people that have that difficult time of getting that restart, being involved in the prison system. You know, I see this all the time. I see more women get jobs off their looks and more men lose jobs off their past. Hello. But we're going to talk to somebody today that try to lay out, you know, a path they took. Not saying it necessarily will work for you, but just laying out the path. You know, sometimes when you hear it from another person, you take a different perspective on it. You know, if they did it, and then this person is someone that's local. This is not a celebrity, but a local person you may know or may not know. And you can reach out to that person and really find out if that really worked for you. So again, we're going to do another show later today between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. I will post it on the Facebook page as well as Twitter and Instagram and YouTube as well. So it'll all be on there later on today between 1 and 2 p.m. We got a very informative show coming on for you, trying to get that restarting life, a different path, you know, just see where things are at. And there's nothing wrong with that, seeing how things could possibly be a different change for you. You know, everybody says we don't think about it until the mistake is made. You know, but if you know the right path to take after that mistake, you know, that could really help out a lot of people. So that's what we're going to try to do for sure. But it is Fist Pump Friday. How we doing, good people? How we doing? Hello and good day to the regular people. How we all doing out there in this wonderful land that I like to call the internet? Is it called the internet? Do we call it the internet? I think we call it something, but it's called the social media place. And I like talking to the people on the social media place, especially on a Friday. Because there's lots that we're trying to get off our chest and gather and understand what has happened throughout the week, whether it's in your daily life, whether it's something that you cannot control, sports and entertainment. And there's a lot of stuff going on out there that we cannot control. But to entertain the mind, there are other things that we have done, i.e., the NFL draft. The first day was on yesterday. The NFL draft, hence the hat, was on yesterday. Hence the hat. And hi, Anthony, meaning Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson. He up the street. Not saying I'm a Colts fan or going to become a Colts fan, but I find it ironic how close as everything was when you break it down geographically, how things work out in the sporting world. If you're a fan of a particular team or whatever it may be, you may find similarities out there that work for you or work against you, however it may be. But there's no secret who my team is. There is no secret what my favorite sport is. But watching the process of you being picked, I like it. I like it. I don't know if you listened to the podcast, our latest episode 520, and it's titled The Draft, which is wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. I break down a little bit more in detail on why I appreciate the draft. And it lived up to everything you could possibly think of. But here's something I think I took for granted. It's the day after day one. Watching the recap. I get up every day at 4:45 in the morning. But this morning, I put one of the TVs on the CBS morning news. Put it on there at 5 a.m. And then I went to my regular channels. You know, I watched The Carton Show. I watched NFL Network. And I watched Get Up. I want to watch all of these before 8:30 just to see how everybody else compartmentalize what happened yesterday in the draft. And it was amazing and shocking how each one covered different stories, and the ones they did cover the same, they all pretty much said the same thing. But the stories they didn't pick up and the ones they did pick up were very, very, very interesting. Did you see the dad whose son from Iowa? He pat his daughter, he pat his son girlfriend on the ass. Did anybody else see that? Did anybody else see that? Let me get my draft notes out here. You got to take draft notes. You can't memorize everything. You can't memorize everything. I especially like how the draft opened. I appreciated that, the way the draft opened. I don't know if you know who this artist is, Alita Adams. She sang the opening song. Oh my goodness, I can't think of the name of the song. She sang to open up the draft, and it was amazing, amazing. She used to sing this song back in the day called "Get Here." That same lady sang. Also, I am not a fan of the sports team. I've only been to that town just to play ball, and when I went to the baseball museum. But what I saw, what Kansas City, Missouri did on television, I need a recount. 125,000 my ass. That looked like 400,000 people. That looked beautiful on television. Like, in a way, I didn't know how Kansas City was going to pull this off. I mean, we went through the draft being covered during COVID. That was wild. We went through the draft being in Vegas. All different experiences. We saw the draft in New York for years. I like the fact that the draft is traveling, giving other cities a chance, an opportunity. But something that Kansas City did, I thought was some pretty tough, cool shit. When Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes came out with the Lombardi Trophy, look here, if that don't spark up a crowd, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. I really don't. I mean, that really sparked up a crowd right there. That really did, for sure. That really did. What's going on, Miss Carol? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much. But I like the fact that the Super Bowl is traveling. I mean, the draft is traveling the way it did. I like the tribute that they did for the kids that were lost their lives from University of Maryland football team. I like the way they talked about that. I like the way they really did that. The clothing style by the draftees. Interesting how the color has changed and how everybody got the scarf look going up under their sport coat of their jacket. I like how that long sleeve is coming out the end. That's a nice little fashion tip. I think the youngsters are going to pick up on that. The draft picks itself. I thought the internet was going to shut down the way it opened up. Those first 5 picks was like, wait a minute. But 1 and 2, we kind of figured. But 3 through 10, the way it went down, because before the draft, before Action Jackson signed that contract extension with the Ravens, he was this close to being a 49er. It was all in the guaranteed money. It was about the verbiage in the contract. That's how close to the NFL draft yesterday being like a wow moment on the very first day. Even before the draft started, it almost popped off that way, but it went the way it went. The style and the picks, I like them. We don't pick till later on today. We have pick 63 as our first pick, so I'm cool with that. And what else did I take part in yesterday without observing that? The quarterback from Kentucky not being picked. Here's what I'm going to equate that to. Have you ever applied for a job before? And after you apply, they tell you to go in this room and wait. We'll call you. And you're in that room with other people. And then somebody comes in that room, like probably 25, 30 minutes later and says, if we didn't call your name, Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll validate your parking. Just give her this on your way out. And if you want to reapply, you have to wait 9 months. You ever been on an interview like that? Those are not fun. You're like, wait a minute. What were they looking for? That you can't call me back there in that room and I get a chance to get this job. But now I can't go in the room. I got to reapply 9 months. That used to be a thing. That used to be a thing when it came to searching for a job, looking for a job, or whatever it may be. It was one of those situations for sure. It really was. Good morning to you. Thanks again for tuning in. But that feeling, and when you see it in the draft situation, when the camera's just constantly on a person, you got their mom who look like their girlfriend who look like their mom, and there's 3 other women that could be a sister, or chicks trying to get an NIL deal or hook up with people. I don't know. Just putting it out there. But it's not a good look. And I agree with a couple of people this morning on a few shows that were saying maybe the invite to the NFL draft should be approached a different way. If it's not a guaranteed lock that you're being picked, maybe it can be optional. Maybe some people just want to do the draft experience. Fuck, I don't play it. I want the draft experience. I would love to be on camera and say, we're not picking you today. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. I'm not leaving till somebody call my name and I'm going up on that stage. I want the whole experience. The whole experience. So if he go back today and dress up, I don't blame you, player. Keep it up. But the Iowa dead. It can be embarrassing, Carol, but it can also be used as a motivational thing. As a lot of players always tell us that we hear from. They mad they didn't get picked where they thought they would get picked at. Or they mad the team didn't pick them where they wanted to. A lot of them use that as a stepping stone. And a lot that I learned this week, it really hurt for a while and stung a while. And there's no immediate therapy right there. But they did make a point. That's the importance of having your family there and your agent there. Because your agent can be real with you. Like, look, just go to the room and just do this again. Because right now I'm not getting a good feeling about this. Come back the next day. It's not saying, hey, this is over with. You're never going to play in the NFL. They just didn't like you this day. Come back, and come back. I'm quite sure I know a lot of people that didn't give up after the first job told them no. First girlfriend told you no. First boyfriend. First time trying to sleep with somebody told you. I bet you didn't give up. But I just didn't like the way it was portrayed as it was happening on social media. You know, what people were saying, all kind of ways. Good morning, Mike, my brother from the state of Washington. How we doing, brother? How we doing? Yeah, you are definitely right on that. A lot of them do. And also it's something I took notice. For the players that choose not to go to the draft and stay home or wherever they may be with their family and friends, the friends play a very important role. For one, you got to have a speech. Maybe on TV, so be careful what's behind me. You got to have that talk with your friends. You got to have that talk. Even with the ladies, even with the family. Mom, no kissing on the mouth on camera. Dad goes for you too. But everybody's happy. But overall, I thought the day one really lived up to the hype. It really did. I enjoyed it with my pizza and wings, and I went through 6 bottles of water. I was urinating all night. Let's go. Right there. So day one of the NFL draft, awesome in the books. Day 2 is this evening. I will be tuned in for that for sure. Trust me on that. I'll be tuned in on that for sure. All right, moving right along. Next up, we have the NBA playoffs. As a Laker fan, should I be worried? If you're a Celtic fan, are you worried? Okay, absolutely agreed. I don't even follow the draft. Oh, thank you so much, Carol. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. See? See? I like that. Thank you so much, Carol. Thank you. Round of applause for Carol, guys. Carol gets a round of applause. Yeah, we are for sure. All right. The NBA playoffs. Laker fan, I'm a little worried. I don't like what the Lakers coach is doing. I don't like when he's mic'd up for that fake ass, straight to TV, sports movies pep talk. Come on, man. Come on. AD. AD, 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 AD. I feel like I'm playing the game Operation when I'm watching the Lakers play, and AD is on the court or trying to sit down or walking to the court to start the game or walking to the locker room. I'm worried about AD. I think he needs crutches and an assistant and a scooter. Yes, I'm that worried about AD. He's that fragile. You see it, the bigger these guys are, the easier they fall. Go across the board. All the bigs. The littlest, you hurt already? What? You that damn big? How? I I want to go to an NBA team. I want to follow an NBA team for a whole week. Just be a shadow. I want to see. I want to go in the trainer's room when they get in therapy and training and shit. What they doing on the road and they free. I want to be that motherfucker, and I just want to take it all in because I'm confused. I have a lot of questions on things. Do they actually watch game film? I can't tell if they do. I can't tell if they do. I'm really thinking that some of these games from the Celtics. Oh, that was a scary series right there, a little bit, wasn't it? The Bucks. The Clippers. Oh, boy. Wow. I did not know all about Kawhi Leonard. Allegedly, Kawhi Leonard saw his father get murdered at 16 right in front of him. Allegedly, game 4, his sister was sentenced to life in prison. That's a lot to compartmentalize right there. That's a lot going on. That's a lot going on. And then the whole Lakers situation. There's things going on in basketball during the game, at halftime, before the game, and on their day off that I just don't get. But when the game is played, I'm starting to see something take a little familiar feeling coming. It's called TBS, tight booty syndrome. I'm starting to see it. I am really. Grayson Allen was given the opportunity to make a game-winning shot. Grayson Allen. The Baltimore Celtics. They almost lost that series. Almost lost that. The Clippers. Look here. I don't care how good you are. If I knew I'm getting a player is a good damn player when they're healthy, but I know the odds of them being healthy the entire season is very far stretch. I'm not getting my hopes up. Next man up, be ready. It shouldn't take a pep talk or a benching in the middle of the fucking playoffs to get you to understand you need to ready, get your head in the game. Message. I am looking forward to see me in some Jimmy buckets for sure. I want to see me some Jimmy bucket playoff basketball. To watch Miami and New York about to go at it. Philly and Boston. This NBA is really turning out to be something special. Giannis, his exit speech. Do you agree when the reporter asked the question, Giannis, after winning the championship and bowing out, First round. Do you look at this season as a failure? Gotta say so. Every year you work, you get a raise. So if you don't get a raise or promotion, is that a failure to you? Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. What about the other years? We only look at the good that athletes do. But we never really pay attention to the building process. How many points they scored, how many minutes they scored, their contribution, their points per minute, the adding the pieces to the puzzle, the losing record. All of that building blocks the path to a championship. I get it, it's frustration. If you'd have made your free throws, I mean, you got to work on what you're not good at in your offseason or what you need to improve on. I don't think it's right to just keep dominating on what you're good at. You should go after the things that you can't. You don't do well, and you need to improve on. Isn't that what they teach you as you grow up? Even in school, I'm not good at math. Well, here's some classes you need to take over here to get better in math. Well, my grammar is off. Well, there's some classes over here for you. But in sports, they only want to get better at the shit they're good at. What? What about? You know, it's. I think that's why I love the game of sports and the world of entertainment itself, because it's more or less on what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, and what the feedback should be from a professional standpoint. Sometimes it's worthy, and sometimes it's like, what in the? Okay, all right, okay, kids, here we go. Next up, we got Major League Baseball. Here locally, our St. Louis Cardinals have taken a bing ball to the head, a laceration to the biceps from our fans, whether it's pitching, moving players around, or the lineup, or the lack of effort, or it seems to be no coachable input or no fixture. But some of us see this happen every year with the Cardinals. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing, but it's trending. To come out of the gate real fast. I heard this in Major League Baseball when the New York Mets won the World Series in '86. It's a great documentary. Keith Hernandez said in that documentary, when teams come out of that gate real fast and hot, they usually die down around the All-Star break. So you got to know how to come out the gate and when to make your move. And to me, over the years, when the Cardinals have been very, very competitive, it usually happens after the All-Star break. We know pitching is an issue. It's always been an issue. So to hit the button this early and to say that about the Cardinals so fast, I mean, that was a great game we had yesterday. Great fundamental baseball, squeeze play. There was talking. There was laughter. When you're winning in baseball, it's so much fun. But when you have everything you need, you're pitching, you turn around and look on at your outfield, that mound, you turn around with confidence. Okay, we got this. We got this. And then the game starts and all hell breaks loose. And we don't know how to fix it. They talked about it in the movie Replacements with Keanu Reeves, that quicksand shit. No matter what you do, you're just being pulled down and pulled down and pulled down and pulled down. And you don't know what to do. You got to take a minute and breathe and release the mechanism. And that's what the Cardinals need to do. No need to lock the clubhouse door yet and say players meeting only. No need for that yet. Let's see how we handle this series this weekend out in Chavez Ravine. Then I know what's going on with my Cardinals. And around baseball, we got the series with the Giants and the Padres, the Mexico, baby. That's going to be the I love when the fans get into baseball, and the players do too. Today on MLB Central, the players are feeling like this feels like WBC. They're already down there. They said this, the atmosphere already feels like the World Baseball Classic. Hello, America. It's going to be beautiful today, this whole weekend. Baseball is set up perfectly this weekend. If the weather holds off, we got some great baseball matchups this weekend. All right, kids, we're going to take a short break here. We're going to come right back and we're going to talk more and more. What's coming up next? What else we got up next? We have, oh my God, Little League Baseball. Oh, we got some talking to do. Be right back after a break and a word from our sponsor, Mount Man Scrub. Get your scrub on today. Be right back, guys. Smoke them if you got them.
Mount Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountManscrub.com. Get your scrub on.
Woo, and we back. Florida Gator, Anthony Richardson, baby. Yeah, go Gators. Hi, Anthony. And we picked today. We picked this evening, baby. I'm excited. It's the weekend. Happy weekend to you all. It's Fist Pump Friday. And welcome back to the show. We've talked about day one of the NFL draft. We talked about the NBA playoffs. And we talked about Major League Baseball. We're going to stay right there on this baseball for a minute. Also, can you imagine spending 13 years in minor leagues? 13 years in the minor leagues. Can you imagine it? Do you still have a girlfriend or wife? 13 years. All your siblings still speaking with you. Do you have any kids that even talk to you? Do they all come out and watch you play at a home game? 13 years in the minor leagues, you finally get a shot. I tell you what, I don't care who you play for. That's a hell of a story. That's a commitment. That is a commitment. And he's in a phrase right now where minor league baseball just got in a good way. The money finally makes sense. Before, shit, we're going on a quick trip. We're getting 2 hot dogs and we're getting a soda. Now the food is better. The pay, the hotels, all improved. You see what came to light when we bring attention to something? We're going to keep it right there. We're paying attention to some baseball. What's going on in Little League Baseball? No. What's going on in kids sports, youth sports, teenage sports? Not a good thing. And I think this is part of the problem. Due to the movement in NIL deals, I think the pressure is on the kids and the parents, and it's not filtering out well, especially in these travel sports. Travel baseball is on a whole new level for sure. Whole new level. And it is it is a situation where that to play travel sports is very, very expensive. So there's a commitment on both sides. There's dedication, all this goes together. At the same time, tempers are flaring, especially in baseball, where parents are being ejected for their behavior toward the umpires. So in the state of New Jersey, if a parent is ejected from the game, in order for them to get back, they have to be an umpire. Now you want to walk a mile in my shoes. That's what I'm talking about. You don't know nothing until you do somebody else's job. Then you have respect for that job. When I was a corporate trainer, I used to travel and open up stores. And I was trained in each position, all 7 positions of the kitchen. And all 7, it teaches you how to respect whatever that person does. Whatever they do, their craft, their timing, and their skill set. You respect it all. And I think this is a genius move in Little League sports. for parents to get kicked out of games for their bad behavior toward the umpires. I get it. It's tough out there. Baseball is tough. Travel baseball, select baseball is what, 9 months out of the year? It's tough out there. And as I said, the push to get an NIL deal is really putting parents and athletes in a different world, in a different spot. Just think about the age situation out there, what you can do with your age right now. I think from the age of 10 to 12 right now is like critical. Critical. 12 is not what 12 used to be. It's not what it used to be. Hell, 14, you can get married in some states still, I think, or even have sex. 15, you can get a job and a worker's permit. 16, you can drive. 16, 17, you can get married some places. 18, you can vote. You go in the military. 19, you can't do shit. 20, you can't do nothing. 21, you can buy a gun. You got to wait till you're 25 to get a deal on car insurance. God forbid you smoke. Still can't get in a club. You need an ID to get in the club until you're 25. Then when you turn 25, they got another club that said you got to be 30 to get in here. Motherfucker. 30? I got to show you an ID to get in here that I'm over 30. It doesn't stop, does it? It doesn't stop. But I think that was a genius move, what they're doing in New Jersey. And I think other people need to follow along. That kind of goes in line with that second chance, right? We're going to go right in this little segue. Second chances. I don't care what it is. When you get a second chance or another chance, a motherfucker, here we go again. I don't think anybody is trying to erase anything that has happened when you get a second chance. I don't think that is the point. And I think the nervousness comes on a second chance because either party is thinking they're going to do the same thing as before, or the person is thinking, I'm going to try to do everything right really fast. I don't think that's the right approach. I saw a segment on CBS Sunday Morning and another segment on Headline News talking about second chance, whatever it may be, job, financial situation, a car, relationship, kids, whatever it may be. If you get a second chance, you got to have the talk. You got to have the talk on the expectations, on where, since this is a second chance, what are we doing now? If they repoed your car and you got it back, how are we going to ensure that we don't get it taken again? If you got fired from your job, your employer said, I'm going to give you another chance. What are you going to do to ensure you don't get fired? If you get another shot at your relationship, what are you going to do to ensure that it doesn't end again? All of those require a talk and a plan. And I think then it has a chance. But if you just go into that second job without having the discussion of forethought on what you're going to do, and when you get your car back, you done paid your penalty on your bank. Now you got your bank account open again. What are you going to do to ensure that never happens again? You get a reconnection with your kid that's been gone for over 10 years. You can't put 10 years back in 3 days. You got to have that talk. The same as with a relationship. You got to have the talk. I'm going to stay right there with you. I'm watching this show called Step Dave. Not Dad, Step Dave. He didn't want to be called his stepdad. Use his name. I'm Step Dave. There's an age gap. Does age gapping today, is that a big ordeal in dating? If the person is older or younger, if you're a young person and you date older, what is the major concern when you're young and dating older, or you're older dating young? What is the major concern for you? From this TV show I'm watching, I'm going to tell you what they've said. Interest, to have a common interest, that's a major concern. But as the person said in the show, look how we met. Okay, they had an interest. The financial situation. Now that right there, needs to be really addressed in the beginning when there's an older person and a younger person involved in a relationship. First of all, people are scared to discuss their financial situation. But when you're in a relationship, this is before you decide to live together, get married, or whatever, engage, whatever. I think it's important to discuss your financial situation. Not put everything on the table. But I think finances does scare people when there's an age gap like that because they consider that some older people, quote unquote, have their shit together. And some young people like to go out there and kick it and party and spend everything every day. But I think that has changed a little bit in the past 5 years. So again, it comes to something you got to talk about. And this is one of the other ones I thought. It was the sexual drive with the different age gaps. You know, I watch a lot of things that concern women ages 30 to 55. And there's a lot of things on women's minds at that age 30 to 55 that are single or married on their second marriage. Like, wow, mind-boggling to me. Men, it's the same age bracket, a little bit stability, healthcare, and lifestyle. Like the major concerns right there when it comes to dating older or younger. I bet one thing you didn't expect. You didn't expect Dre to talk about relationship, did you? I'm telling you, that's why I think Montez at midday is more of a variety of things. That's why I always put and more. You know, we get to that good shit, but there's some things out there like, wait a minute, I'm wondering what the people thinking about this right now. Like, what's going on? You know, because if we don't get it out there, get it off our chest, get it out there with the people, by the people, of the people, why are we doing it? That's it. That is the bottom line for sure. That is the bottom line right there for me for sure. Most definitely. All right, kids. I don't know what you're doing this weekend, but whatever you're doing this weekend, have fun at it, be good at it, and be safe while you're doing it. Big wedding tomorrow down at Kilroy's in downtown St. Louis. Should be lots of fun. Congratulations again. Congratulations to Blaine and Barb. Thank you, Blaine and Barb. Oh, it should be a lot of fun. Lots of fun. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. I haven't attended a wedding in quite some time. I officiated, because I am an ordained minister. So if you want to book Dre Montez to do your nuptials, let a brother know. We'll work it on out. Just got to make sure that the print is big, what you want me to read, or I will just ramble some shit off. I'll be like Clark W. Griswold in National Lampoon's Vacation. Oh, and to the Clemdenots, Boca Raton. Honey, I'm not an ordained minister. I'm doing the best I can do. I blame my humor on my guys in OKC. Shout out to the good people in OKC, the boys and the crew. See you guys soon. It's time for the band to get back together. It's time for us to get back together. It's time for us to tune this thing up. It's time for us to tune this thing right on up. Time to tune the band on up and get something done. It's time to get moving again, people. It's time to get moving again. Get that moving in. Get it done today. Get your moving in. You ain't got to leave. You're going to get the hell up out of here. Lots going on at Tower Pub this weekend. Lots going on. They got Twisted Tea on draft. Located in South City on Morgan for sure. All right, you're stuck in park and want to get in and drive, or you're in neutral want to get in and drive. Contact Palmer TMS today. Check them out online. PalmerTMS.com. There it is, good people. And what else we got for you here today? I think that is it. And we're going to, insinuate what the people say for us and do for us. By the way, if you're in downtown St. Louis, you got Smart Mobility Transportation taking care of you Monday through Friday from 9 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday for sure. Shout out to the friendliest people, South City, 3503 Roger Place. Shout out to the Boiler Man. The counselor, Bring me back a German brat, would you? My man Toombs always bringing it in, huh? Charlie, my man. There it is. Juice. Famine in this little bit. Tasha. There it is. Bruno in the building. Don't forget to take care of that great wait staff, cook staff down there at Friendly's, located at 3503 Roger Place. Nephew in the building. All right, good people, we're going to get out of here and get ready to take on the weekend the way it should be taken care of right now. And smoke them if you got them. You know, do something special. No matter what, do something special. Thank you again for tuning into today's show. And until next time, I'll holler at you later. Don't forget to appreciate the details of the day. And we're out. Peace.